There and watch every word you say. It's time now to turn our attention to sports and the law, and it seems we're doing that more and more these days. To that end, Andy Dolich rejoins us, and so too does CSN Bay Area legal analyst Steve Moskowitz. And now we're at this point. June 3rd is the next court date. They were talking, the owners and players at least. There was some sort of conversation. What happens now, Steve? Where are we all?
The judge said, hey, I want some confidential information from you guys. I want to narrow the issues. What are you guys furthest apart on? Maybe we can push the two sides. Judges are always trying to do that. Hey, what's the dispute? Can we settle this? So they've asked for confidential information. What's the beef? And then trying to get the guys together. That's the first big step.
Do you see any chance in this thing being settled over a table prior to June 3rd?
It's a possibility because with the stay in effect, if the lockout stays, basically what could happen is the owners are going to freeze out the players, because here you have the situation I like to call the billionaires are taking advantage of the millionaires. But you know what? Billionaires can hold out a lot longer than millionaires. And also with the players, they're young, and every game they miss or every year they would miss is a tremendous amount of years for somebody in the regular workforce. Whereas the owners, they can sit out unless they kill the golden goose and be like, you know what, I'm sick of those guys. I'm going to turn my attention someplace else, and the whole thing goes down. But that probably won't happen.
Andy, you can speak firsthand about this. You've been through a couple of these things in a couple of different sports. And it seems that the longer they go, the uglier they get.
The difference is I don't think there's the angst from the football fans as there was in baseball in those long strikes, especially when the World Series was canceled. The game was injured for 3 to 5 years, and you could prove it. In football, the fans have seen this draft. They were excited about it, but they haven't lost anything yet. As soon as the fans start losing something, even though the players are losing the money, the fans have tremendous power. But when the owners are getting checks, each team for plus $100 million on TV, the game is platinum in terms of any of the others. And there will be some focus on basketball, which is coming up here in the next month. So if they start losing significant games where the fans are out of the mix, then I think we're going to see something happen. But, you know, I agree. This is billionaires who can hold out longer than millionaires, and the thousandaires, the fans, are the ones that are injured.
Yeah, they get hurt more than anybody else, it seems. Sure. I'll give you a couple of quotes, and it seems to me, too, that we're kind of in this posturing mode now, where today, DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the Players Association, was giving a speech at the University of Maryland. He said, and I'll quote, it's vastly different from something as simple as shut up and play. We made the decision to fight for who we were going to be and who we are. In turn, some of the ownership of the New York Football Giants said, it'll be chaos if the players win. I mean, this is all starting to sound like, you know, mine's bigger than yours.
Posturing, all posturing, that's exactly what it is. You know, these guys have big egos, all of them. And a lot of times I see that in business deals where it's not so much just the dollars, because at some point it doesn't matter anymore. It's whose ego is bigger than whose ego.
Do they risk, and you touched upon this, Andy, a little bit, the public, I realize right now it's not football season. Camps, you know, even had the doors been open, wouldn't get started until mid-July or so. So there isn't that angst, as you said. But what had happened in baseball, and it happened in other sports, I mean, fans, and you said this earlier, got angry. I mean, can you see that happening in football?
Not for a long time. Fans are invested in these teams. They believe they're the actual owners of these teams, and until the game is taken away from them, I think they'll be patient. If it is a long time and several games are missed, then you're going to see fans really start to revolt. But the owners are looking for a great win here. They're looking to roll back the clock. And the future of football is literally platinum coated. If you look at new media, it is the only sport in which the over-the-air TV, the cable TV, and new media is off the charts. And with the NFL Network, this is really about, we're the owners, we've made these investments, we want to keep more of the money, then we want to give back to the players.
Legally right now, in your opinion, Steve, do the owners have the whip hand?
In my opinion, yes, because, again, it's a business. Now, you take a look, where were they being attacked? Oh, you're really a monopoly. Oh, Peyton Manning comes in and says, this is unfair, and you need to change the laws. So, obviously, when you sue somebody like that, you're saying, hey, it's unfair. They have all the power. Court, help me, because I can't fight these guys myself. And the court makes a decision.
So whose best interest is it to